Okay, as you can see in today's video, we are going to be talking about magnets and magnetism and magnetic field lines. And before we get into the specifics, thought I would just show you a few examples of some magnets that I have. So let's look at those real quick. Okay, before we talk about what magnets are and magnetic field lines, I'd show you some. This is a typical kind of magnet. See, this one has a red end and a green one. Sometimes you see red and blue, and sometimes you see red and nothing. But this one is red and green, and this one is also red and green. It sticks together like that. This one is red and nothing. It's a little bit smaller, but that has nothing on there. This is another kind of magnet which has red. This is another kind of horseshoe magnet, red and nothing on like that. And then I have this magnet which is also red and green like that, sticks on like that. And then I have this magnet, which this is actually magnetic, but it doesn't have any coloring on it. And you can see it sticks to this magnet, which also doesn't have any coloring on it. And those things stick to that magnet. So those are all kind of typical kind of magnets I'm going to talk about now. Magnets and magnetic field lines. Okay, now we're going to talk about some specifics about magnets, magnetism, and magnetic field lines. And here's a diagram as a magnet like I just showed you. And we like to say that magnets have poles. So it has a north pole and a south pole. So I'm going to say a north end and a south end. So we say north and south. We don't say positive end and negative end. Positive and negative is for charges, just by convention, and north and south is for magnets, just by conventions. Okay, now we often say, what happens if we take this magnet and we just cut it right in half? Can we have just the north end of a magnet and just the south end of a magnet? No, you cannot have just the north end and just the south end. Magnets are dipoles, which means you always have a north and a south and a north and a south, regardless of how small the magnet is. Theoretically, we sometimes talk about just a north pole, but really in practice, you cannot have just the north end and the south end of the magnet. With a charge, you can have a monopole. You can have just a positive charge or just a negative charge. You can separate the positive and negative charge, but you can't separate the north pole of the magnet from the south pole of the magnet. They are dipoles. Okay, so north and south, and only north and south together. All right, now we have certain elements that only can be magnetized, and when we say elements, we mean elements from the periodic table of the elements. And there's really, at room temperature, at normal conditions, there's really only 3 elements that can be magnetized. The most common one is probably iron. The most, maybe another one is cobalt, or another one is cobalt, and another one is nickel. Those are the 3 metals that can be magnetized. Sometimes people think, oh, it's all metals, because people associate magnetism with metals, but it has to be iron, cobalt, or nickel. If you have copper or aluminum, those things cannot be magnetized. All right, now let's talk a little bit about attraction and repulsion. If we have 2 magnets, which have a north end and a south end, 2 magnets, and we put the unlike poles together, the north and the south, then they will feel a force of attraction. That's a magnetic force, the force of attraction. And we like to say that unlike poles or opposites attract. There's a force of attraction between the unlike poles. So in this case, we have the south and the north, and of course we turn both around. We have the north and the south. It'd be the same thing, force of attraction. Now, if we have like poles, like a south pole and a south pole facing each other, there is a magnetic force, but it's a force of repulsion. They repel each other, just like if we have a north pole and a north pole facing each other, there is a magnetic force, but it's a force of repulsion. We say we like poles, there's a force of repulsion. Like poles repel each other, and opposite poles attract each other. All right, now I'm going to try and show you a demonstration, a couple demonstrations here about magnets and magnetic field lines and how we can actually see the magnetic field lines, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about how we draw magnetic field lines. Okay, so let's do that, and let's look at some magnets and iron filings and magnetic field lines. Okay, now what I'm going to try and show you in this part of the video is what the magnetic field lines look like for a simple bar magnet. Here I have a piece of paper, and here I have my iron filings. I'm just going to sprinkle some of the iron filings on here, and right away, pretty quickly, you see what we have, that very typical shape for the magnetic field lines for a bar magnet. Now I'm just going to tap on this a little bit, and you can see right away how those iron filings line up along those magnetic field lines. We have one pole of the magnet right here. We have the other pole of the magnet right here, and you can see we get those nice curved shape for those magnetic field lines. We can't tell just by looking at the magnetic field lines whether or not this is the North Pole and this is the South Pole, but you can see by this shape of the magnetic field lines, you can see that we have opposite poles of the magnet. All right, so there you go. That is magnetic field lines for a simple bar magnet. Okay, now in this portion of the video, I'm going to show you what the magnetic field lines look like when we have two of the same pole, whether it's north and north or south and south. Now, this is a piece of paper once again. Under the piece of paper, I have two small bar magnets, and I have them standing up on the table. So I have, in this case, it happens to be the north and the north end of the magnet facing up. So I'm going to sprinkle the iron filings on here once again, nicely like this, and you can see it's a little hard to see this time, but you get kind of a very distinctive pattern where we have once again the poles of the magnet. So you can see if I tap this, the iron filings line up along those magnetic field lines, and here we have one pole of the magnet, here we have the other pole of the other magnet, and you can see the magnetic field lines come out and then they move up. They come out and they move up. They come out and they move up. They kind of come together and then they kind of push each other away in the center. They don't go from one pole to the other. They don't have that curve. They're curved away. They're curved away as they kind of push each other away. So that is what the magnetic field lines look like, and look how beautiful that is for when we have like poles. And once again, just by looking at this, we can't see whether this is the North Pole and the North Pole or the South Pole and the South Pole, but this is the typical pattern for magnetic field lines when we have like poles. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so now for this third and final demonstration, what I have underneath my piece of paper right here this time is I have my horseshoe magnet, and once again I'm just going to put the iron filings on here. Now this magnet is kind of a strong magnet, and you'll actually see the whole pattern of the magnet underneath the piece of paper with the iron filings here. And if I tap this nicely, which I don't really need to do because this magnet is pretty strong, you will notice you see the shape of the horseshoe magnet. Here's the closed end and here's the open end, and you do see a little bit of bowing out of the magnetic field lines at each end of the magnet, but in the center portion of the magnet right here we get a very homogeneous magnetic field. And the magnetic field lines are basically parallel to each other, and they go from one side of the magnet to the other. So when you have a horseshoe magnet in the center, homogeneous magnetic field, and the magnetic field lines go from one side of the magnet to the other. Okay, now for the last part of the video, we're just going to show you what we saw in the demonstration. Review that really quickly, and then we're going to show how we draw magnetic field lines, talk about magnetic field lines. Okay, so this is what we saw when we had unlike poles. We had a North Pole and a South Pole, or it could be a South Pole and North Pole. We don't know. We have that typical kind of curved pattern for the magnetic field lines. When we had the like poles, you can see I put down here north and north, but it could be north and north or south and south, but we have for like poles, and you can see they kind of curve out and push each other up, curve out and push each other down. That's for like poles. And then for the horseshoe magnet, we had a pattern that looks something like this. You can see under here we have the magnet. This is the closed end. This is the open end. I put down a U-shaped magnet, sometimes referred to as a horseshoe magnet. And you can see in the center of that magnet, we have a homogeneous field. And if we draw the magnetic field lines, I designated this as north, I designated this south. We can't actually tell just by looking at the picture. But when we draw the magnetic field lines, we simply draw straight lines, parallel arrows that show the magnetic field. And the magnetic field has a direction. The magnetic field goes from north to south. That's how the magnetic field lines go. Okay, now if we have the magnetic field lines, you want to draw magnetic field lines for a bar magnet, then this is typically how we draw them. This is the bar, how we draw bar magnet magnetic field lines. And if we have like poles facing each other north and north, you can see for the bar magnet from the magnetic field lines, they're curved. They have that curve. Some people say it looks kind of like a spider. Some people say it looks kind of like a butterfly. And the magnetic field lines, one of the rules for magnetic field lines is they always go from north to south. Magnetic field lines are, the magnetic field is a vector. So we're going to calculate the magnitude of the magnetic field, which we'll do in the next video. And then we can also talk about the direction that the magnetic field lines point, and they always go from north to south. And you can see even here they go out to the north, they go out to the north, and eventually these would loop around to the other side of the magnet. And if we had that similar situation where we had south and south, then they would look exactly the same, except that the arrows would point in the other direction because the magnetic field lines always go from north to south. Now, one other thing you should remember about when drawing magnetic field lines is they do not intersect. You cannot have intersecting magnetic field lines. In either of these diagrams, the magnetic field lines do not intersect. And another thing you should remember from magnetic field lines is the density of the magnetic field lines is directly related to the magnetic field strength. So here we have magnetic field lines and they're very close together. We're close to the magnet. That means the magnetic field line is very strong close to the magnet. Now as you get farther away, the magnetic field lines are spaced farther apart, and that means that the magnetic field is weaker farther away from the magnet. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that video. We kind of went over what magnets look like. We talked about that you can only have a dipole. We talked about repulsion and attraction. I showed you magnetic field lines, and we just went over how to draw magnetic field lines. Okay, so thank you very much. Hope you found that helpful. If you did, please do all the following 4 things. Subscribe to my channel. Get all my excellent physics, chemistry, and math videos. Let's see, you should give me a thumbs up for this video. You should leave me a nice positive comment in the comment section below. And don't forget that sharing is caring. Share this video with all of your friends and show them how much you care. Thank you for watching.